our work session and we need a roll call for a quorum, then we'll get started.
Yep, I figured all my stuff. Coulter,
Here.
McAdams,
Here.
Terry,
Here.
Wallander.
Here.
We were given a new policy last meeting. The personnel policy manual and the employee code of conduct. So, you want to just go, because it is different than the one we had. So, we just need to go page by page, I guess.
I don't have mine. It's not in my spot.
You have it?
I can give another.
I have one. I have the code of conduct.
Oh, can I have my green sheet?
Actually, I'll keep that one and I'll give her this one.
Behind it?
There's no writing in
Wait a
it.
minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
she's
behind
got
that.
it. She's got it.
You got
She's
it.
clipped together.
That code, yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
right
code
there.
of
I
conduct.
got it. Okay. I'm good, I'm sorry.
Has everyone read it?
I glanced through it, but I figured we were gonna go page by page, so.
I think that's the fastest. That's the way. Okay.
Do you want to use the timer for discussions?
We just went to be out of here, just in a couple hours.
Okay, 8 o'clock, please. Is what I would like to do here.
And hopefully, we can get the index all on the first 3 pages, so it's not just one line on a page by itself, if that's
Oh, yeah.
possible.
You must have an older version, because mine doesn't have that. Oh, yours, maybe I have that.
Yeah, I've got acknowledgement of receipts of personnel manager on the very top of one
That's the one
page.
with your lines. You added the lines, you made that.
That's
No,
it.
it's
New one.
Second page, really.
Did I give them?
And then all of that after the index.
No,
So we're going to assume that the index will be correct when we get
It's past the table.
done anyway, and not.
So we were talking about adding code of conduct as number 16, chapter 16 to it, so that we keep it all together.
So the code of conduct that is a separate stapled together, put together with, will be under just 16.000 on the index.
Yeah, we'll start
Or the
at
table of
section,
contents.
well, we could just put section 16, how it says section 15, discipline and grievance, we'll just put section 16, code of conduct. And then we'll add, we can add the numbers if we want, or we can just leave it because it's
Section
pretty,
16.
it's
Section
basic.
16, see how the section is in words, and then the numbers underneath it? So section 16 would be right under 15.030,
Okay.
and it will read
Employees code of conduct.
employee code of conduct. That will be before the appendix.
All right.
Any question on that? So it'll be the last. It will just be section 16 before the appendix, if you want to put it in order on this.
Right.
And the appendix, we're going to start at the bottom of page 36, so we'll get to it before that. Okay?
What page did you say?
Before, at the end of 36 starts the appendix, so we'll go with the code of conduct before we start on the appendix. side, we'll be okay, we'll get it. So, everybody got section 16, employee code of conduct written? Then, we need to go to page 1, is the City of Mountain View mission statement. And the note about the revision of chapter 23, for the city code book, it's no longer chapter 23, it's called the Personnel Policy Manual. Was any of this changed from, I've got the last one that we worked on, so.
This I just mainly tidied up, the verbiage.
Okay, so it is different. Is any, okay, we just need to read the mission statement and see if anybody has any.
I didn't have any problem with it.
I do see you changed city administrator to city clerk for the certifications.
Yes, we put copies of them in their employee files.
Okay.
There's
And
one
going
thing
to
I would
page-
like to add actually under that. Mainly, it just to say that this policy has been approved and adopted by the city council on this day. We'll put in the date, and then to be effective such and such date, and then have all you guys sign it. That way we know.
On the mission statement
Under-
page.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Okay.
we could stick it under, there was plenty of room to just kind of put it under there and then have a place for all of you to sign it, so we have,
I'm
a date
gonna
that
make
you-
it go to adoption and signatures.
yeah. So we'll just, and then an effective date, the date you want this to be effective. And then all of your signatures under that, just to seal the deal.
And we hope that we can get through this all tonight, and then the changes can be made, and that this can be adopted at the 14th meeting, hopefully. Okay, can we go on to page 2?
Read all my notes on the top.
Are we ready to go on to page 2? That is page 2. Page 3. You already got the pay plan classification approved. Any questions about the dress code? You go on to page 4. Stop me if I'm going too fast. And I'm assuming that like the at-will, equal employment, non-discriminatory, all that is based on federal guidelines anyway. Federal language,
Yeah.
accommodations, religious discrimination.
And the equal opportunity,
And the
that's all
above.
by guidelines.
So that continues on 5, and then 6 is still federal language.
So they're all in there the way they're supposed to read,
6.
right?
Not
7 is-
quoted exactly, but just tidied up, tightened up a little bit and condensed.
It goes even over to the E-Verify system, which we use. And over at the anti-nepotism policy,
What page you on?
since there, that's on page 8,
Okay. I'd rather see.
since there is an appendix that is part of that, should that be noted there? That's a question. And that appendix is not, it's appendix 2, is not complete. It's cut off on mine anyway.
Appendix 2, did you say?
Um,
In fact, not all of the appendix are here.
Yeah, the
Did that-
appendix 2 and then the organizational chart got kind of wonky on me. I have to fix those. They were kind of hitting in the middle of page breaks. But they're the same ones that we had in the other, and the chain of command is the same one that y'all approved.
In the index, there's so my question is, are we noting the appendix in the policy as we go or not?
So,
3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 of them listed in the table of contents.
so where it says 2.0.80, any nepotism, do we need to have like a little thing saying see appendix?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
It would be, because I thought I saw it in, but that may have been a different version. That's my question.
Well, it says,
Should we have C appendix?
No, the appendix, this
it
thing.
says penalties for violations as outlined in appendix 2.
Yeah,
Or
there
the
are.
anti-nepotism policy.
Yeah, they want
Yeah,
the
it says right here, the
appendix.
city adheres to article,
That's of this Missouri
So
Constitution.
appendix.
oh, down here.
She's saying back here.
Yeah, I understand that
As
that's not
outlined in
there, I
appendix
understand
2.
that. but-
Oh,
down here on this bottom.
oh, okay. I was,
Penalties for violation.
Never mind,
Do you
okay.
want me to
That's
have
what Judy's getting
appendix two?
No,
It's
it's
on the
under the
bottom.
penalties of violation. I haven't gone down far enough.
Okay.
So,
Well,
okay, so that's probably it throughout the document on the appendix,
Yeah.
except for what was appendix one, did we?
Just like she said, it got messed up in the
yeah,
printing of it, so appendix two is gonna have to just be printed on page 38, it looks like.
yeah, I'll
Okay.
neaten up those page breaks and the page numbers.
But under that definition of immediate family, you could still see appendix 2 right there.
Yeah.
It's the same one, but it's all nice.
Okay, are we
Organization.
gonna put it in two different sentences, or if it needs to be up there by the anti-nepotism policy?
We could. That's what I was.
Or do you want it as outlined, if you're gonna put it, or, I guess the question is, are we gonna add as outlined in appendix 2 under the definition of immediate family also, so that it's listed twice? Or just list appendix 2 up at the 2.8080?
Yeah, where it says anti-nepotism policy as outlined in appendix 2.
That's where you want it?
I don't know, that's what we're,
I mean, I don't know, if you read it, it's there. Why
Right.
just
I
keep
think-
repeating yourself?
I think definition, it should go under definition, because not everybody's gonna go to penalties first.
right.
Okay.
So to have the,
So it shall read marital relationship, parentheses, comma, as outlined in appendix 2, period.
and then cross that other one off. So we don't have it twice.
And cross the other one off. Okay.
So we're crossing it off under penalties and putting it in definition. And where are you putting that in at, Sherry?
After the word marital relationship,
Oh, okay.
comma, as outlined in appendix
Right.
2, period. Then penalties for violation will forward their position, period. Okay,
Yes.
then harassment. Those 8, all through 9. Then the anti-violence policy. Anti-retaliation, workplace search policy. Now, I know that we had quite a bit of discussion on that.
But the way it reads, it's okay, and as far as I can see, but somebody else might see something.
And should all of the under the scope on page 11,
Mhm.
unless there's a definition of public works somewhere previous in this document.
It would be in our organizational chart.
Public Works, electric, water, sewer, sewer, streets, and wastewater. That's what the org chart says.
But we got utility services in there too.
So take out utility and leave in the public
That
works.
would cover everybody. Read off the public works departments again, please.
Public Works Departments, electric, water/sewer, streets, and wastewater.
It's got public works on there. It says, utility service, shop, maintenance, sanitation, fire department, parks and rec, library, senior center, public works, golf course, swimming pool, and all administrative and operational staff, law enforcement personnel, and equipment are governed by the chief of police.
They don't know this, the utility services for public work covers it all.
Okay, so we're eliminating utility services because that's covered in public works. That's covered. Moving on to page 12.
I'm glad they
It
got
says-
smoking and vaping and use of tobacco, because tobacco down the side of our city trucks don't look real good.
So I just put use of any tobacco. I know, some mentioned they wanted chew in there, but I thought that covered pretty much everything.
Right.
Okay.
Age requirements. Driver's license, pre-employment post office testing.
Where you at?
On page 12,
Oh, okay, that's where I was at.
this is. Okay, on this probationary period, because we had a go back and forth about that 60, didn't we? I thought it was,
Yeah, she said that's when the insurance starts. The first month after 60
that was
days.
for the dental, I thought we were going to see if that could be changed to the 90.
Yeah. I don't know. Terry,
Is that ever taken care of?
I haven't gotten an answer from Lincoln. I can call them again. Yeah, because the dental, 90 days. We could just separate that if they don't. If they don't answer or
Or
if they
couldn't the
don't.
60 days be under the, when we get to the insurance part? Is that separated out? The difference? That the 60 days could be noted there at the dental?
Yeah, but probably about that. Yeah, yes.
Here's them.
Yeah, that's just for police officers. Yeah, the benefits commence after 60 days, but the dental is 90.
I thought it was the other way. The dental was 60 and everything else was 90.
No, everything else is 60. Merma is 60. But Lincoln's dental is 90.
And this is for all employees.
Yes.
Wait, this is, so this is
what, we go ahead and leave the ranging from 60 to 180 days?
The reason why I had to put 60 to 180 days is because police officers have a 180-day probationary period.
But nobody's had a 60-day probationary period, that's,
I think we put it in there because of the MRMA.
The MIRMA, yeah, and MIRMA said that's how they do it. It's 60 days and then the first of the month right after you're 60.
okay, on the next page, then 13, it says appointed positions, no probationary period applies with benefits commencing after 60 days.
Yes. Yeah, because I was appointed, so I called MIRMA and asked about my health insurance, and they said, same rules, 60 days, first of the month after.
How many appointed positions do we have here? I mean, there's no probationary period?
Me,
I
the
mean, that seems like
attorney,
a-
who all do you appoint?
Fire
Or
chief,
of
police
police,
chief, the
yeah.
city administrator, the city attorney.
Fire
And a
chief.
fire chief.
That seems kind of like a opposite effect there. No probationary period.
benefits all have to be
Yeah,
the same.
I understand what you're saying about the benefits. I'm talking about, it says appointed, no probationary period applies. In other words, we happen to hire a police chief, it's kind of like, I don't know.
But the
How do I
appointments,
want to
the
put that out
appointments
there?
have traditionally been for a year, so
Right, I understand
that
that,
may
but if we
be
get,
one reason.
If we get somebody, we really say, man, we made a mistake, they don't have a probationary period?
I think-
yeah, I mean, I'm like,
That's what this is saying,
Yeah.
yes.
I think we discussed this.
I don't know, I
Are
mean,
they
I don't know what
an
the state requires there, I really
I
don't.
think the state requires that, because I know they say they can't get it raised within a year either.
I understand about the 60
Well,
days.
no, I didn't
getting
know
the
why we did
benefits,
this way,
but-
because they don't get a raise after
Yeah,
90 days.
right,
Yeah,
That's why we
States
put
say
it this
that
way.
they have to have a
Okay,
probationary
you could do
period,
it.
or we can't.
Because I remember we talked about that.
Right.
I don't have my own one, I didn't bring
I don't
it.
either, with all my notes in it, and I should have brought it.
Yeah, I think that's why we did it that way, is because they don't get a raise after 90 days in a full position.
Yeah, I mean, if you're appointed, you don't get a raise period for a year.
But I think that's why we did the no probationary period, so they
Because
don't.
really that's what it's, well, the probationary period is not just for pay.
No, it's for actions too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
is that it? Here's the original. Yeah.
Because this is the one we just. Says. Each employee hired or receiving an appointment or promotion to the position services in the state of Michigan. Okay, so it doesn't, on the one that we were working on, it says each employee hired or receiving an appointment or a promotion to a position in the service of the city must serve a probationary period before his appointment or promotion shall be considered permanent. So we don't we didn't change that. The only thing we took out of this one is they may receive pay.
I know we talked about they couldn't have comp time within that probationary period.
That's under the condition.
Uh,
That's still on page 13?
Yes, yes, that's still. We kept that in there.
Okay, so the question is, top of page 13.
They could have comp time, but they just could not be paid for it. They have to wait after the 90-day probationary period to
Do you
get paid
say-
for the comp time.
Do you say?
I mean, you can't, remember we talked about like if we had an emergency such as,
Right,
you know, and everybody had to work, and if you had a new employee that only been there for 45 days, you know, they're,
oh, yeah, you're right.
but after 90 days, then it would be put on the, they're not gonna get paid for it in those 90 days unless it's approved to take off in those 90 days, but we're not supposed to miss any work in the first 90 days.
I know. Yeah, while you're getting your 90 days, you can't take off your comp time because then you're missing a day of work.
With the policy statement on the bottom of page 12, it says all newly hired or promoted must complete the probationary period. And that's what was deemed in the last revision.
Right.
So then that would eliminate the first two sentences on page 13, unless we're going to change. Correct?
Where are you reading that at?
Okay. On the
Oh,
bottom of
12, 12, okay.
Because this says all newly hired or promoted must complete a probationary, so all newly hired or promoted. Doesn't say anything about appointed. It says the employee's benefits still commence after 60 days.
Right.
So if the appointed positions are going to be the same as the employees, then all newly hired, appointed, or promoted employees. Appointed needs to be added into the policy statement.
I think we'll just leave it like this, appointed positions, you think? No probation?
So it was decided the last time that there would be room.
Oh, they would be probation,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what she just looked up.
So we would, I think we would need to change it on this side though, because she has it separate, if, that way it's specific, so you have police officers appointed and then employees. So we would need to add it to,
Just 90-day probationary period for appointed positions
Mhm.
then?
yeah.
And this shows that there are no 60-day then. Correct.
So we changed 60 to 90?
If I'm understanding right, on the top of 13, appointed positions will be 90-day probationary period, just like the employees.
With benefits commencing after 60 days.
That's on both of them.
Right.
So the two lines will read the same. 90-day probationary period, comma, with benefits commencing after 60 days. All in agreement there? Okay. The conditions, we went over all of
the conditions. I've got a new girl in her 90 days. She accidentally worked an hour overtime last week. So I told her to take an hour off this week. You can't be that picky that they just can't get any, because there's gonna be instances like that where they get some. Also, you've had police that Jamie will run them a whole bunch of hours over, and then you'll all pay them out. So I hope you would address both of those in here somehow, so we don't end up paying out those huge checks.
On the police, we only had to do it for their initial first 180 days, and then they start accruing comp time, right?
Yes, and those checks range $1,500 to $2,000.
So we would have to
Yeah.
change his
That was-
policy.
Yeah, yeah, due to scheduling, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I think if, in my opinion, if you're on 90-day probation, like Calvin said, you're not supposed to be missing no work, because you're on a 90-day probation, so you don't take that time off. And they can get up to 80 anyway.
Well, it does say, but accrue credit, so
Yeah.
it should be accrued, not paid
Right.
for a new employee. Correct? That's what that means.
But the police, at the end of 180 days, then it goes on to their, in other
Comp
words,
time.
they have worked over, instead of paying overtime, we're gonna go to comp time. And so if they have worked comp time supposedly, I mean, in that 180-day period, at the end of 180 days, my reading of this is, then it will then go on to their pay
Comp
scale.
time.
I mean, not their pay, anyway, onto their payroll, we understand, and the 90-day probationary period for everybody else, I mean, when I say that that would be up, I would think the supervisor or the city administrator or somebody's had to come in and work 6 hours at 2 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock that morning. They could look at them and say, well, okay, here's what the deal is. You can take Thursday off or whatever to make up for it because you're on a 90-day probationary and it will not count against you. But, I mean, kind of,
It's either that, or, I mean, it does say right here that they can accrue it, they can start accruing it.
But they just
Okay, I
can't
just want to
take
make sure
it,
we cover that so the
but they
city's
just
not out
can't
a
take
lot
it
of money.
off.
Yeah,
They can't use it. They
until
can
they're
accrue
90
it, but
days.
not use it
They
during
have-
probationary period.
Yes.
But I don't
Is
think we
that what
ought to
that
have to
means?
pay them out on it.
Hmm.
oh, yeah.
On-
Anytime you work more than what you're supposed to, you've got, we might not have to pay them for the 180 days, but if something happens at 280 days, then we have to pay that.
Right.
Oh,
but
I understand that, but I don't mean
accrue
that,
it to
just
be
be-
used upon successful completion. That's what this says.
right, but we're paying them out after their 180 days, then we're writing them checks for their comp time
For the police department.
for the police department.
But that's not the way it's being done now, is it?
Yes, ma'am. That is the way it was done. Just a couple of months ago, we had one that came off probation and
Yep.
got that big payout.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was before I was a supervisor, so I don't know too many details, but I know enough to know the city lost a lot of money.
Was it
Paid out.
That would be called salary.
no, it was overtime hours. It was overtime hours. She was on probationary period, and it was overtime hours she got that she was
Well-
not getting paid for, correct?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were accruing it as comp time, but then they said we had to pay it out.
yeah.
After their 180 days, the police is getting paid out all the overtime that they've worked in that 180-day probation period. Instead of just adding it over to their comp time, where they could take it off.
I thought the whole intent was on comp time, that they could accrue it, but not use it until after their probation.
Police department's
See, that's what
different.
I thought, but then,
I think the police department's different, because the police department, they don't accrue it, they get overtime, and they get paid out for the overtime until they're,
I thought that had been changed. Okay.
we
We
can
didn't
change
change
it,
that,
we
yeah.
can change it. Here we go.
can we?
That's
'Cause-
not a state statute, is it?
But that's in his, or is it in ours?
I don't think we have it in ours.
It's not in ours. We couldn't find it in writing anywhere.
So that's just in their policy that, how they want it done.
I have not looked at his policy. I don't know.
I don't have it either, because we have something on it, or we're having something.
He emailed it to us.
Did-
It's 300 pages. Good luck
Did you go
sifting-
back to the July the 11th, 23 minutes? Because this is got, as approved by the Board of Aldermen, did it have anything in there about comp?
I don't know. I'd have to pull those minutes and look.
Okay,
I thought we
I'm
took-
just a little confused here, but anyway, okay, we're talking the police department and their comp time.
Right.
If they accrue comp time in 180 days, after their 180 days, it can either be paid out or they accrue that time towards their 80 hours that they're supposed to.
Those minutes on July 11th just said that the probation period for the police force or police officers was changed to 180 days. It didn't say anything about what you were going to do about the comp time, just that his probation, he wanted, because it takes longer than 90 days to evaluate an officer's.
I don't like the idea that these people on probation is getting that much overtime that we're having to pay them out these big checks at the end of their 180 days.
Yeah, that's why when I saw last week, one of mine had an hour, I just said, take off an hour early.
Well, actually, probably an
Probation
hour and a half, because it was,
Shouldn't use it though.
Yeah, she had an hour of comp time, but, so.
So, but in that instance, according to this, she could accrue it, but not use it.
Right,
So she could have accrued, I mean, going by this.
Right.
yeah, going by the new,
But do we want to stop them from being paid out in 180 days?
I think we need to adjust that anyway.
you have to address the problem back at 90 days. In other words, you gotta say, you cannot get any comp time for the 180 days, because no matter what, if they work it, you have to pay it however they want it done. I mean, if they ended up accruing 40 hours of comp time in those 180 days of overtime, once their 180 days are up, regardless, even if they, after 4 months, if they have 40 hours worth of comp time, and after
They could
4 months,
schedule it off, but not.
If you're gonna
pay
do
for it,
that,
he
then you're gonna
says.
have to deal with all the employees within their 90 days that can get theirs accumulated up. So
I was
that
gonna
means you
say,
have to pay everybody out after their probationary period. Why don't you just take it out that they cannot get paid out on the probationary and just put that they have to use it after their 80 days?
I think we should put in there that anybody that's on probationary period can't go over 40 hours.
Yeah, but then we get in trouble there because say we had a new person in water and they had 3 main breaks and they're having to work on a weekend, you know, they have to do it. I just think there's a clause that after your probation period, the comp time that you've accrued just goes into your comp time, there will be no payouts.
I agree.
Well, this-
okay, but I
they're
still
still
think the
getting
state of
extra
Missouri's gonna say, if they want paid, you're gonna have to pay them, because if they decide after the 180 days, if they decide after 8 months that they're gonna go somewhere else on that job, and they quit, you gotta pay them.
Well,
We gotta
that's-
pay
Yeah,
them
if they
now.
quit,
This
we
is
gotta
to
pay 'em
use
now.
comp time.
Just after their comp time. I mean, just after their
Probationary,
probationary
they
period,
shouldn't
they
get
are
paid out.
getting paid out.
Because if that's the case, you gotta do every department that way and pay everybody out after their probationary period's over. If they accumulated even 1 hour, you gotta pay
Well,
them
we
out
have
for
to
it.
pay them for what
They
they
shouldn't be
work,
paid out, but they
but
can
we can
use
make
it
them take
later.
it off.
Yeah,
Are they getting paid out because they're getting a raise after the 180 days? Is that why?
I don't know anything about the police department.
Because if they're getting the raise after the 180 days, that would explain why they're getting paid out. But if we're paying $1,000 to $1,500, that's quite a bit.
yeah.
But because if they get a raise, you're supposed to pay the comp out, so they're not getting
Yeah,
the comp
that's-
time at the
that
prior.
hasn't been done specifically either for the regular employees anyway, maybe for the police, but
Well, yeah. Yeah, 'cause we've got one that should have been adjusted.
I think that's another reason why we eliminated the pay changing in 90 days, because it was getting,
Right.
way too more complicated than it needed to be, so.
Okay, but on this first condition that says they're not eligible for compensatory time, but accrue credit for these benefits to be used upon successful completion. Now that, to me, that means that one of the clerks in City Hall, has to work a couple of hours overtime
Right,
because it's needed.
right.
Okay, so she gets comp time, but she can't take it off until the probationary period is over.
Exactly.
Isn't that what that statement means?
That's how I was reading it.
Yes.
Okay. So, I don't understand why that wouldn't be the same for all employees, any
I agree with you.
probationary
Yeah,
employee.
it should go all the way across the
And,
table.
if they get 20 hours, then overtime in 180 days, then they need to take a couple days off a week until they use it up. Right?
After the
Probation,
probationary.
yes, that's what
They're
I'm
still
saying.
getting benefit out of it, it's just they're not being paid out in money. They're still getting that in time off, so,
Well, that's what, isn't that what comp time is?
Yes,
yes,
Is time off.
yeah.
That's,
But they shouldn't, I don't think they should
but
be
if
paid
somebody
out.
quits, or we fire somebody and somebody quits, then we gotta pay them for their comp
yeah,
time.
that,
Right. But not after just doing their probationary, you should pay them.
No.
So how do we?
so
do that?
really,
Well, that's why we eliminated the 90-day raises. And if we need to address the police department in here, I think we need to get their wording that they currently have and see how we can change that.
well,
Which I don't have the police.
the probationary, I mean, that, whatever his says, or whatever the police department's policy says. But as far as this, the probationary period for specific roles could be police officers, 180-day probationary period. The same as this is 90 for these two things, with benefits commencing after 60 days, and that's the only thing that would have to be put in there.
Right. Because this
To
is the
bring them into
employment.
compliance
the rest
with
of it.
this. Because the health, dental, life insurance, and AD&D is the same for the other employees.
So take all that out and just say with benefits
It
commencing after.
would read just like the appointed positions and the employees. Only instead of 90, it's going to say 180-day probationary period with benefits commencing after 60 days.
For the police
Isn't that the
officers.
same thing?
And then just take out all that wording.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we need that.
Well, we would just put it there where policy statement, is that what?
No, in probationary period for specific roles, it'd be police officers, 180-day probationary period with benefits commencing after 60 days, then you've got appointed position and employees. I would say other employees because everybody's an employee, but
Oh, over on page 12. I was looking
Yeah.
for, I was trying to read it at the bottom
13.
13.
starts on the bottom 12 and goes to
Right.
13.
You're just saying cross all that out.
Yes.
Is
And I
that,
would say other employees instead of just employees.
So in other words, the police officers, the appointed positions, and the regular employees all are under the same guideline. Right? Is that what she was meaning, Sherry?
Yes.
When they all
Only
have,
the 180 days is the only difference.
Right.
and then when we pass this, they will have to start following these conditions.
They
Correct?
should.
Well, I mean, we've got to have some discussion, but I would think that would be the intent.
Okay.
There's several personnel issues that need to be discussed next week. Okay, anything else on the probationary period?
So we're all in agreement that that's what that means. We're all understanding that's what that means. They can
That's
approve it.
my.
But
They
they
can
can't get
approve it,
paid
but
out.
you can't take it or paid out until they quit or whatever, until they separate from the city,
But they can use it after their 90 days as,
or after their
Right.
180
yeah, 100 days. In other words, they're just cutting out the payout part after
Right.
any probationary period.
Right.
I think that's,
And I guess we could put that in there, no payout until termination or quitting.
But it shouldn't, payout shouldn't even enter into
Right.
probationary period.
yeah,
Oh, that's true.
that should be under like the termination policy or,
Right.
Are you
We're still good, right? With,
180-day probationary with benefits commencing after 60 days?
right, okay.
Okay.
All the conditions are good? You're good with all
We
the
don't need
conditions?
anything else added there, do we?
No.
Okay, termination of. New hire. We need to adhere to that, no work may be performed until this authorization is granted on the new hire procedure.
Right. In other words, you can't leave the office and go down there and go to work without.
Well, the student, it's just all the paperwork done. I mean, background
Yes, and the
check.
background check and everything done before the start.
The pre-employment testing, sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days to get them into it. And like sanitation, they needed somebody on that truck the next day. So in the employment contract that we're making them sign now, it says that this employment is contingent upon your passing the background and the drug and alcohol testing. So
So
if it
another-
comes back bad, because it takes them 2 or 3 days to get it done after you get them in to get it done, so you got 6 or 7 days. If it comes back bad, we can terminate them immediately.
Then that either needs to be put in here or
Yeah.
this last line taken out. Because
Yeah, where it says no work may be performed until the authorization is granted, you're gonna have to add that in there.
So you want, or we could say, at the discretion of the supervisor.
Do what?
Because originally we said that we didn't want to even start them working or anything and then have to terminate them, because then they could collect unemployment. And so we wanted to eliminate that, make sure that they were physically, they
Fit.
passed everything. And because we didn't want them to start working and then it come back positive, and then we have to fire them, and then that's more paperwork, and then they have the possibility of going and collecting unemployment because they were let go. So I think we need to, figure this one out, because we did have a person that Zach needed immediately.
Yeah, so we had somebody just quit, and then somebody else was on work comp, so Zach was within 2 days down 2 people.
We did have the guy come in right away and test. You got the background done right away.
Yeah, background I
Which
knew
he
right
passed.
then,
When did they give you the drug screening back?
about 3 days later.
3 days.
Well, I look at it this way, I realize that's kind of a pain in the rear. I mean, but trash routes are gonna have to be run no matter what. If you're gonna be a little bit late Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, there has to be, just like you said, I mean, if you hire somebody, just like you said, that you hire somebody, you finally get a drug and alcohol test back and they show that they're positive and we're gonna fire them, that opens us up to whatever else. This right here, kinda hate to say we're tough noogies, but it's kinda tough noogies. I mean,
It's covering us.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, worst case scenario, in other words, if,
yeah, I mean,
don't put them out there until you get everything back, because,
And they could start hollering discrimination and all of that else.
yeah, so just until their drug test and everything comes back, regardless if he needs them immediately, he'll just get them when they're done.
I agree.
I mean, I don't want them, you know, they just have to work maybe a little bit longer. Or,
So a positive drug test wouldn't keep us from being sued or having to pay unemployment? Okay, I figured that would be a good reason to let somebody go.
Yeah, but they can
Well, yeah,
still.
but if you never
collect
hire them to
employee-
start with,
Yeah,
it says right here, if you never hire them to start with, then you never have to worry about it. All you're doing is the pre-employment. And then when everything comes back good, you'd hate to hire somebody that 3 weeks later you found out that they had a felony and
Okay, so
Southern
we're gonna leave this
California.
as it is then?
Right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna change how I do things.
Internal applicants.
you just have to tell the supervisors they'll work it out.
Tell them, call Calvin, he'll write that trash truck.
Well, if worst case
And
scenario,
Calvin could drive a trash truck.
if it's worst case scenario, we can do like we did, pull somebody from another department to help them. If worst,
we did that a lot
so, I mean,
this past
See,
month.
Calvin, you could have been down there driving, because they was looking for a driver.
They're
Yeah.
still short a driver and trash truck.
Okay.
I could have, but
Let's
guess
go on.
what?
Let's go,
I
let's go.
wasn't.
Internal applicants. This all sounds like that we're gonna post it internally first and then go out, but because of how we have to struggle to get a posting out, it's been posted to, you know, the public and internally at the same time, so that may or may authorize external recruitment if it is determined that more qualified candidates are available outside the city's workforce. Well, I can't determine, or the mayor can't determine if there'd be more qualified out there until they apply.
I think that it should somehow state that both can, like we're gonna get, put it on Indeed, and, but also the internals can apply.
I would like that if we could make it an option. I'm not sure what the rules are in the state of Missouri for human resources. But it would be nice if we could have an option to not have to go outside if we know there's good candidates inside. So I don't want to limit ourselves to say, now we have to post both, you know, and go through the whole process when we already know we have great candidates inside. And then we're waiting for other candidates on Indeed, spending that $100 or whatever we have to do to post it.
I think we ought to do an internal, you know, application, or what do they call it?
We don't have, do we have to legally now post every job?
No, not if you've got internal promotion.
So then just leave it the way it is. If we don't have somebody qualified, then the mayor can authorize external recruitment.
And external recruitment would require a posting of a
Right,
job?
right.
Okay.
it says
That should cover it then.
in Missouri, employers can promote an employee internally without an external review,
Mhm.
provided the decision is not based on illegal discrimination.
External recruitment. But municipalities have to post all
That way she's not saying they definitely are, that might make her.
I don't think so.
because there's nothing about posting,
Yeah.
so.
Sherry, if we put where it says, the mayor may authorize external recruitment if it is determined that more qualified candidates are available, put may be available.
Or if it is determined that, I was gonna say no internal candidates are qualified.
And you don't want to say
That's-
that, so.
That's,
But I said the may be would make it where it's maybe there are, maybe there aren't.
Yeah, the candidates may be available outside. And that's after the current employees in good standing may
okay, the
apply
mayor
for it.
may authorize external recruitment. I was gonna say to seek,
It says a municipality may be, in Missouri, may be able to hire internally without public posting if its regulations allow for it. Some municipalities adopt their own rules regarding personal procedures which may dictate it if internal promotions are allowed without a wider search. It's all of it right there. That's Missouri
So-
law, so. I don't know how you like it works, but we can actually do it.
Is
May
good
not have a
standing may apply
blanket
for internal
requirement to
jobs,
post those
promotions or
by
vacancies.
local ordinance and internal policies, okay. To hire internally without public posting. Well, the mayor may authorize external recruitment when required, when necessary.
When internal recruitment is not available, or,
Well, yeah, but somebody internally could have applied for it. but
Okay,
not-
the mayor may authorize current employees for internal job openings.
A more suitable candidate is necessary. Or maybe not necessary, but.
Where's the city's website at? I mean, have we developed it yet? Is it-
Next week, we're supposed to have a reveal. They're supposed to show it to us next week.
Okay,
And I don't,
what would be?
why don't we say even external recruitment will be utilized when necessary, just
How
something
about,
like that.
how about we did this? If our website comes up, Andrew, doesn't the schools have a website like Mountain View Bursary? They post every position. Nobody says that, you know, that a second grade teacher won't come from a fifth grade class that internally and come down to second grade. But they get posted on the website, so you're gonna come in and you're gonna put a job application in. If we posted them on the city's website for every open position, somebody come in and put a job application in, you had an internal person, same difference, they had to put a job application in. We already know, they're established, but you've taken care of everything at that point. Just because they're hired from inside the system doesn't mean you're not getting the best, you're putting it all out there.
The school also has to post a public as well.
Right,
So-
that's what I'm saying is on their website.
It's not just their website, they also have to put it on the National
Yes, the
Registry
website.
for
National
uh,
Registry form.
for the
okay?
Department of Education and Secondary Education.
All right. That's
But
what I
we
was
still
getting
have to
at.
have that in, if we're gonna do that, we have to have it in this policy though.
And now, I kind of like Terry's idea of just saying candidates may be available outside the city's
Yeah,
workforce.
I think that we covered if we just changed R into maybe.
Yeah, rather than, I mean, it's, now we're just arguing about semantics, basically.
Okay, change the R to maybe.
Yeah, the
2
candidates
words,
may be,
Yeah,
No.
separate.
available outside.
Yeah.
Then you're not saying your internal candidates are not qualified or
Right.
not good enough, just,
It means they're gonna look in
They're
both ways, they're
gonna
gonna
make
look
sure.
internally and externally for the best one.
Right.
Okay.
So when somebody says that job's not posted, well, that's because it's being filled internally.
Well, actually, when you go past that, it says on page 14, submit an internal application form to the city administrator, jobs posting, closing dates.
So that, we're gonna leave that in there,
But posting,
because we're not gonna post,
well, posting can mean you can put it on the board in City Hall and not put it out in the paper.
Well, at the same time, if you post it in both locations, but you have a qualified internal, you will more than likely grab them instead of the external.
Right.
You may still go through the interview processes, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going with an internal.
Right.
Well, it's just saying that he has to apply for it before the closing of the date, posting date, so.
is there something in here about promotion? Well, might not always be promotion.
So this
Okay,
is just,
yeah,
our application needs to be submitted to the, if we are, whether we're posting it outside or not. The internal application, which is our City of Mountain View application, needs to be submitted by whatever, that was to just cover if we do post it outside
yeah.
or not. We want to make sure that, you know, because when you do post it outside of our city, we'll want to put a closing date. We don't want to leave it open-ended.
Okay, let's go on to rehires then, because this is something that we talked about also, but I think this is what we,
The thing about not rehiring for a year, is this in here somewhere, or is this where it's supposed to be?
this is where it should be.
It's just on the elected
But I thought-
officials.
Well, no, I thought it was employees also.
I thought-
Employees.
That's for,
Yeah, the eligibility, they had said, yeah, they had said that they wouldn't be able to rehire for a year. No call, no shows, or
I thought, I know we discussed that, but I thought that,
Why do we even want to do that?
yeah. Now, if you let someone go with cause and there are no call, no show,
I
Why
thought
would
that
you
was
wanna
our
rehire?
ineligible for rehire. I thought that is what we had decided. Can you find it in your notes of the last one?
Was that including the appointed officials too, Gail? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Also?
Yeah.
That's the rehires.
former employees that are terminated with cause.
Or, it says, or resign while facing disciplinary action or litigation with the city or fail to provide notice, e.g. no call, no show, or ineligible for rehire.
It's on page 18.
Yeah, it's right here.
In other words, if they give her a 2-week notice and work 2 days, and then they're
Because we had
But if
talked
they've
about
got comp time,
are not eligible for rehire period is what I've got here.
yeah.
you really can't, because you're gonna have to pay them out, but if somebody gives you a 2-week notice and they got, 40 hours of comp time,
Well, Judy, when I was a boss, all I know is this, if somebody gave me 2-week notice, that was okay, and then after 3 days, they didn't show back up, and then 6 months later, they come back and ask for a job, well, I didn't
Not
talk to them,
eligible for rehire.
because they're gonna do it again. I mean, if they, I don't mind them quitting and going on to another job, but in 2 weeks,
Okay, what is here is what was in the last one that we did. So are we gonna leave it or are we gonna change it? personal references and verifications, personnel records.
How are we gonna, Terry, you said something here a while back about that the police are no longer doing background checks, right?
Right.
What have we figured out there? Anything?
I do them with the MAX system, which is a state system,
Okay.
so it's not as in-depth as, you know, the nationwide thing, but it's pretty good.
And the secondary employment is, the city administrator approval. Employee classifications, full-time, part-time, seasonal, 36 and 32. 36 for full-time, fewer than 32 for part-time, and the grandfather clause.
If we could back up one, for secondary employment, we have people that are doing side jobs like cattle or handyman. Do we want them, do we want it, I mean, we don't want that to have to be an approved second job, do we?
But that's, they're self-employed.
Right,
Right.
so we should put, we could put in there unless self-employed. Then they don't need to get approval from anyone.
As long as it doesn't conflict with,
Right.
so exception of self-employment.
So we're gonna put exception, self-employment.
Yeah, where would you, do you have somewhere you would like
Engaging
to?
in secondary employment except for self-employment? Is that, will that work?
That does not interfere with city, their city job.
Well, that should be for all of it, whether it's self-employment or a secondary
Right.
employment.
Their farm can't even,
What can you put down like,
Interfere with
that
the-
doesn't interfere with the,
Well, the approval criteria covers that, the next
right,
paragraph there.
Yeah.
so after employment, comma, except for self-employment?
yeah, that second one covers it all.
So it would read at the top of page 15, employment, comma, except for self-employment, whether part-time, temp, or permanent. Okay. Section 4, the employee classifications and compensation. I just started that, got through the grandfather clause. That 36 and 32, everybody satisfied with that? And then compensation. Wages and benefits. Okay. So we're on to page 16. Considerations for pay. Promotions and pay raises here. Vacancies are filled by promoting qualified internal employees, however, may authorize external recruitment. This says if more. This said if it was determined. can that read, however, the mayor may authorize external recruitment to determine if more qualified?
No, that's basically what we just did. with
Yeah,
this
so
other
I don't know
one.
if we have to repeat it even.
What page are you on?
No,
16, but the bottom of page 13 is where we've done that under internal applicants.
Okay, why don't we just word it like this, whenever possible, vacancies are filled by promoting qualified employees, and not say internal or external, just state employees. And that would cover both, wouldn't it?
Yeah, take out that whole next
Well, by
sentence.
promoting, you can promote somebody that hasn't been hired.
So take out leave the first sentence and take the rest of that out of there.
Where it starts
Well, this
with-
is talking about promotions, so it could just end in internal employees, take out that second sentence, and then promotions are based on.
right.
So
Take out however
take
the
out the
mayor
S.
may authorize external
just
recruitment.
take that out.
Take, that needs to be taken out
Just
of
take
it.
the second sentence out.
Because this is just promotion. You can't promote nobody if he's not working.
Well, you can, but I mean,
Okay, transfers. And there is a new probationary period for transfer. Okay, this says, the annual evaluation, refer to the pay increase policy for annual compensation raises. 04.030.
Is that
What is,
Yeah, that was
Promotions
before
and
the
pay
number's wrong. Motion.
Do what?
that's just referring you back up to the top of the page.
Right.
Yeah, we got a typo there in the number. What number?
So-
Promotion.
Pay increase, so
be by our pay chart we did, wouldn't
wouldn't you just eliminate that?
Yeah, we could.
it? Because it's gonna go by our new pay chart, correct?
Right.
Alright.
Okay.
Pay increase policies. Just scratch that sentence out.
Yeah.
Okay, then for the CDL,
No, just that.
okay, must
When
commit
we're
to a
sending these
minimum of
people-
2 years.
When we're sending these people to get CDL license, are we making them sign these contracts?
That's true.
Thank you.
I just need clarity really quick.
Okay,
We're taking out that whole last sentence, refer to the pay increase policy, right? The whole
Mhm.
goes.
Okay.
All right, for CDL, yes, they will have to sign an agreement to pay it back within 2 years.
they have, commit to, or pay it back.
In writing. In other words, they sign something that says they will.
We have a contract now. Says that we'll pay it back.
Okay, on page 17.
We don't have long to go here.
We got
Gotta move it.
faster. Okay.
I didn't say your problem was the work hours.
And these schedules are what they're doing now, correct?
Yes.
On the city hall, can we had talked about adjusting that for either maybe the week of electric bill due date. Are they still willing to do that?
We hadn't done it yet. We had talked talked about it, being open till 5 all the time, we don't get very many customers in after 4.
No, she said on just the,
On just the dates.
Like that week, the 15th through the 21st, isn't it?
Yeah, we talked about just on cutoff day and just on, so if you tell me what you want,
But they could, oh, you mean to keep the city hall open.
we worried about it confusing people too. If we're open until 5 o'clock on these dates, then they're gonna think we're open 5 o'clock on those
The
days.
shut-off date's not always the same day of the week.
You know, sometimes it's Friday, sometimes it's Monday.
Can you do it to where like you are open late that Thursday and Friday of the week of the 15th, that the bill is due?
Realize too, out of the hundreds of customers we have, there's only 50 to 70 of them every month, the same ones that are late. So it's kind of a,
So regardless, it's a repeat ladder and rinse, even if you kept it open.
I think it would be, but we'll try it if you want us to.
What do y'all think?
It would defeat the purpose if if it's the same ones, so we can leave it.
It's not like,
We got hammered over the deal with
well,
cash.
and I'm not trying to sound mean or ugly, but it's due the same time every month. There's no reason why, if you don't get paid that week, put your money back the week before. You know, it's not like, oh, this month we're gonna do it on the 18th, but what, next month we're gonna do it on the 25th. It's always the same every month.
And
So,
we started posting on
Say 50 or
Facebook at the
70
beginning of the
people.
month, this is our schedule for the month, this is the day it's gonna be late, this is the day it's gonna be cut off, this is the fee.
and it's gonna be on the website too, so that there's,
Yeah,
okay, I'd say just leave it.
On the website, are we going to go to credit cards?
yes, we are going to take credit cards on the website. I haven't got that all worked out yet. Forte is irritating me a slight bit, but we've got it worked out. Our machines didn't work when we first got them, but we're working out kinks, and I hope they can do the website thing.
I would still like to approach prepaid meters, and this would all be eliminated. Okay, if you had a prepaid meter, and I actually approached Mike Wake about that 4 years ago, Show Me Power.
We,
I know that that's not, this is probably, this is outside of the box, but it would eliminate all the cutoff dates and the turn-on dates and everything else, because it's all controlled by City Hall, basically, at this point for electric. Is it not?
Even with prepaid meters, you're gonna have people that are gonna run that meter out every month.
Sure. But then
And
they have
show
to
up,
pay you
it'll be
money.
the same ones every month, going, "Oh, I missed it, and now it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm gonna come fix it.
we've got to,
No, you don't have to come fix it, you gotta just flip the switch
okay,
in City Hall, right?
on the payday,
I have no idea.
okay, the payday is Friday, the hours work Thursday through Wednesday. Time reporting.
is it anywhere in here that all departments
We gotta
need?
go. What?
Is it anywhere in here, because I couldn't find it, where all departments need to clock in their department?
I don't
Well, it'd be kind of tough, to clock in at every department. We'd have to make sure everybody had a working computer.
No, like maintenance, going to the one room down there they got
Oh,
there.
yeah, okay.
But
I think
I'm talking about
everybody
clocking
has-
in on phones. Does anybody clock in on their phone anymore?
Yes, ma'am.
So we need,
Every department has a working computer that they can use to clock in. We have people clocking in on phones. We have people putting their time in manually into the week.
so we need to put that in specifics.
That they must clock in on
Their
a city
departments.
computer
Computer.
at their desk, or at their office, or at their building. I'm
as
not sure.
specified.
Well, and it says, hours allocated, but using the note function on their time card. What, in the computer payroll system, where is that time card?
There's a little like square where you can click on it and you can write it.
Right, but how did the employees access?
When they
payroll.
log in. This
What-
is for their
oh,
time.
Right, but what, for the note function on their time card in, I'm gonna say like in Simple City, so that means that they have to,
But they can get Simple City on their phones. I would like to shut that function off for the people who have it, but I didn't feel I could do it without you telling the people I'm going to do it.
Well, I don't think anybody should be clocking in on their phones.
I don't either.
That does need to be.
What about, okay, you got employees must clock out before taking lunch breaks. So you clock out before lunch break and clock back in, right? Is that being followed through on? Do you know?
No, they're not.
Right.
There are some people that just at the end of the week put in there, I work from 8 to 5 and clocked out here and here.
That should not be allowed.
No.
well, that can be where we put the employees must clock in and out for lunch breaks.
At their
Department.
work department, at their department. Yeah.
Okay,
Department computer.
If we think this through a little bit, let's say you're out there in Southern Hills, at the street department, out there, and you're patching some holes. Your lunchtime is 12 o'clock. So, in order to get back to the computer, to clock out at 12 o'clock, they gotta go to the city garage. So they're gonna have to leave out there 10 to 15 minutes early, drive back to there, clock out, and they're gonna go get a lunch, and then they're gonna come back, and then clock back in, and then they're gonna go back out there. So that's what I was getting at, is that might be a little bit,
I don't think any of them have specific lunch times, it's when they get a break in between, right? So they wouldn't have to quit a job to go clock in and out for lunch. When they got done with what they were doing, they go to lunch.
Well, they have to go
Where-
back
where
down there
is
to
that?
load.
where is that in this?
They
It
just,
says, you know, on our,
it just says with a 30-minute lunch break.
Yeah.
There's
There's
It's
no
30-minute
specific-
lunch break,
yeah, They
but-
don't have to
12
clock
or-
out at 12.
oh, I
They
know,
go
I
with it.
understand that, but what I'm saying is even if it's 12:30, and they're like, hey, guys, we're hungry, let's go eat. They're gonna have to leave the job site out there, come back in, drive 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it is, to get there. So they're gonna leave that job site 5 to 10 minutes early, I don't care where they're at. I mean, and then they're going to clock out, they're gonna go eat some lunch, come back a half hour later, or approximately that time, clock back in, then they're gonna drive back out to the work site. So, my point is after 52 weeks of doing that and having to go, I mean, I understand, like the flooring mill out here, I mean, you can hear them every day, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 minutes before, 5 minutes before 1, every day. I don't know what the answer there is, that I just know that,
But they can cut off the time for all workers at Smith's and certain things. Each department is working different
right, that's what I'm saying.
things, so
is,
they, were maybe streets might not take their lunch till 1 to 1:30. I mean, they'll know at least 30 minutes ahead of time when they're about ready to take
Well,
lunch anyway.
I have seen them pick up their lunch and then go down there and sit down
Yeah,
Clock
maybe
out meetings.
times.
Yes.
We could make it that they must clock, not clock in and out for their lunches, so that would eliminate the going back to the thing, but they need to go to the maintenance shed to clock in the morning and go back there to clock in at night,
and, right.
or out at night.
A number of them will go to the senior citizens and buy lunch there, and a number of them will go to the hospital and buy lunch there, because it's a cheap place to get lunch, and they don't, to be real honest, they don't have to stand in line like at other places to get their lunch. Once in a while, I've seen them on Main Street down there at the barbecue or the other place, but they've usually planned it for that day or day before or something.
What if we add a sentence that says employees must clock in and out at the department computer? And another sentence that says clocking in and or out on cell phones is strictly prohibited.
That sounds good to me.
Works for me.
And still clock in and out for lunch breaks?
I mean, if they can, they can, if they can't, they can.
So
It's-
should we
they-
take that out?
I mean, if you're watching them drive around during the day, they stop when they want to. They get snacks when they want to. It's not that.
And if they're way out somewhere, the supervisor can go in occasionally and adjust those clock in and outs for lunch.
Yeah.
But you can look at a time card and tell what's been done, and when every one of them's been done by the supervisor, there's a problem. But it just,
But if it's a
occasionally
repeat
they're-
pattern of them not clocking in and out, then that can be addressed.
right.
How did you say that so I can write it?
Employees must clock in and out at the department computer. Clocking in or out on cell phones is strictly prohibited.
And that's after this clock out before taking lunch breaks? Or are we eliminating that one?
Oh, I just leave it like it is.
Just put this right after it.
Mhm.
Okay. Any more questions on 18? We ready to go on?
Yes.
19? And this is about the comp time. Up to 80 hours, set for the golf course. 80 hours must be used within 30 days unless it disrupts. Comp time must be used before vacation unless vacation leave would be forfeited. Okay, upon promotion, accrued time is paid out before the effective date of the promotion.
Because when
That-
the promotion, they get a pay increase. That's,
But can payroll get processed that fast though? Well, I guess any promotion's gonna have to be done prior. The promotion will have to be made effective after the next pay period or something.
If you promote somebody on payroll, we can do a line item and pay their comp time in a line item for the old rate,
Without paying it yet.
yeah, without paying it.
And then
That way they
start
can
the-
go ahead and get their pay raised, but we can pay that.
Okay.
We really do need to push this 80 hours. If they've got more than 80 hours, then people needs days off.
Well-
This people getting 300 or 400 hours of comp time is ridiculous.
Okay.
The little deal at the end where it says unless it disrupts city operations, you just need to take it out. If they got 80 hours and then within 30 days, they gotta take it, whether it just, the city of Mountain View's been here for 80 years, longer, and I mean, just because they're not here, the world's not gonna come to an end, so to speak.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This is ridiculous, letting them build them up to all these hours.
And then they say, well, I can't take off. Well, okay, this says you gotta take off. I mean, I realize we can't tell them you can't get it, but
Right.
you are going to take off for
That's right. I
a
agree.
tough noogie. I mean,
That's
So
right.
you wanna eliminate unless it disrupts city operations? So
yeah,
that way
because
it
see,
just-
they can always use that as an excuse.
True.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was water main break, Now, you got how many guys in the water department? Surely,
1 out of 3 can do something.
well, 1 out of 3 can surely figure out how to do a water main break and,
Well, they,
you
And
know.
we got, and if that person's gone, we got other departments that help them all the time anyway.
well, my problem is with this, is if they need more than one person in the department trained in case one of them is gone on vacation or one of them is taking time off, they don't have to worry because they already have somebody that has the credentials and can do it.
So we just take off that unless it disrupts city.
Operations.
Yep,
Because there should
Agree.
be 2 people, let's say in water, that has a water license and has a CDL or can dig or something. You can't depend on one person because you never know when that one person's gonna have to take off.
Well, and we also probably should change it, it says time exceeding 80 hours must be used within 30 days. We probably should make exceeding 40 hours, because 80 hours is 2 weeks, so they're gonna take 2 weeks off, and you don't really want 2 weeks off.
It was exceeding the 80 hours.
Well, exceeding the 80 hours, so if they're 82 hours, then that means, what, they're gonna
Those
take
2
80 hours with.
No, those 2 hours have to be taken off in 30 days, so that they never accumulate more than 80. Isn't that what that means?
yes. But I think we need to knock that 80 down to,
Well, I mean, the thing is, you know, 80 hours is 2 weeks worth of work, 40 hours. Okay, it's okay to take the week off, but if you're gonna take 2 weeks, and you add 2 weeks vacation to 2 weeks of comp time, they're not gonna be here a month, and something's gonna happen in a month that they probably are going to be needed.
But this line is just talking about what's exceeding 80 hours.
Right. if you get
So-
85 hours, you gotta take 5 hours off in 30 days.
So it can never be over 80.
Right. And some departments really watch that and stay under it.
Okay, on to the holidays.
Okay, so we're gonna take off that unless it disrupts city operations?
Yes,
What about the unless vacation leave would be forfeited? I mean,
yes,
it's
you
your hard,
you have to
but
leave that.
Right.
we have to?
You have to leave that.
Okay.
Which one?
The next one, comp time must be used before
Before
vacation leave,
vacation.
unless, you know, like, you've gotta have your vacation by next week, so they can't make you use your comp time, you gotta take your vacation time, so you don't lose your, yes.
But what if they're in a position where it doesn't,
Comp time always comes first.
well, no, I'm like, we're in the position, I think, right now, where one lost hours, that they have 120 on vacation and 300 or 200 and something on comp. So how do you justify that?
Department of Labor told me you do not have to give people vacation. You can make it to where they lose it in a year, or you can let them roll it over, and you can make them use their comp time instead of their vacation if it's in your policy. What the
It's
Department
in
of
the
Labor says.
policy now.
So,
Because if it was adhered to this 80-hour thing, we wouldn't have that.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm like, Gail, how do they get 300 in comp time and only have so much in vacation? So they're obviously not using that comp time at all.
None of that.
Well, no, they're racking that comp time up and still have the vacation, they're guaranteed that vacation.
We're not there yet.
And it makes you wonder, are they doing it on purpose, so in case something goes wrong, they can get paid out?
Yep, that's it.
There's a lot of created overtime.
Wouldn't you? I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious or anything, but if it's to my benefit,
They're
I'm gonna
taking
Go on
do
to
it.
the holidays.
Yeah, they're just taking advantage.
I see you got Juneteenth marked out,
That,
Trish.
Trish,
Oh, sorry.
do you want to address that Juneteenth one?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to eliminate it because it's not anything that pertains to the nation. It's a Texas holiday. If it were Emancipation Proclamation Day, I would get it, because that is all, the entire nation. Juneteenth is specific to Texas when they recognized the Emancipation Proclamation, not the whole America. So to me, that's just a freebie. And we might as well make them work if we're gonna pay them anyway.
I agree.
So with that, then the 12 holidays needs to be changed to 11 with the 2 half days.
Correct.
Everybody agree to that?
Well,
Calvin, you
there's
wanna be
technically
fictitious?
12 still on there.
But these are only half days. So it says 12 including half days, so if we eliminate one, it'll be 11, including the 2.
Nine, 10.
9.
Oh, 10, and then the half day, see, it's only 10.
I think 12 including the 2 half days.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So it'd be 12 altogether. And then over here, it says you get the Saturday preceding a holiday, or Friday preceding a holiday.
That's 10. Yeah, that's 10 holidays.
It should say
And
plus
two-
2, plus 2.
2 half days.
Yeah, it should say plus 2 half days. 10 holidays plus 2 half days.
It's okay, you can write for me.
Okay,
So we're changing 11 to 10.
The city observes the following
Well,
10
we got 12.
holidays.
Our paper's got 12 on there.
There's 12 total, but 2 of them are half days.
So it should go to 10
10
holidays
plus 2 half
plus
days.
2 half
plus
days,
2
yeah.
half days.
Plus.
Okay. Now, on page 20, on the compensation on the callback, I wrote it here. Okay, I guess we need to start at the top. The rest of the holiday stuff is how we had it before. The on-call and the callback. Because the on-call weekly unit earns 4 hours of compensatory time per week at regular pay. Employees called back during the work week will receive compensatory time for hours earned over the normal 40 hours a week at time and a half.
Because that would be the 1 hour plus time worked, right?
On
That's-
call,
Well,
That's what it should have been. Called back is the 1 hour plus time worked is how we had it, and then on call gets the 4 hours no matter what.
okay, so then that second sentence needs to be worded like it was before.
Called back.
For one
for
hour.
1 hour. Yeah, it's,
Well, that's the same as in the old one, though. Because that was the hour.
we said on callback, they would get paid 1 hour
Plus time worked.
plus time worked.
Yeah, call back, this is for emergency hours after, so. Employees call back during the work week. Now, that work week starts on Thursday and goes through Wednesday, so that includes the weekend then, okay? Will receive compensatory time
We'll
of
receive
one compensatory time
of
of 1 hour of paid time plus actual time worked based on the time clock. Will receive compensatory time of 1 hour of paid time plus actual time worked based on the time clock. But the on-call weekly duty earns 4 hours of compensatory time per week at regular pay. That's not at time and a half, correct?
Correct, because they work or they don't work, so they're getting paid no matter what. It's just that callback.
Got that, everybody? Okay, we'll move on. Community involvement, policy statement. The benefits, group health care.
Want to take that
Or
part
that
out,
should
right,
be.
this part.
That should be by the rules.
If not, Andrew's got it.
Life insurance should all be there.
Clothing allowance, we already went over, so that should be based on that, correct? The clothing allowance, is that
What we all
It's on
approved.
page
That's what you
22.
guys approved.
everything we approved?
Okay, so
What I added was dependent upon the budget and current availability of funds, because like this year, you guys didn't approve anything. But I had so many complaints about T-shirts at least, that we put in that request to get them all T-shirts. We just didn't do the jeans and boots and all the other stuff.
Dependent on budget, correct?
So I wanted to include that language.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 22, we've already
The
discussed.
pool I changed as well to one swimsuit, one swim shorts, and one protective shirt. And that was mainly because of the kids and how they cut the swimsuits now. So skimpy. So I think we need to get some shorts.
The leave policy, okay, vacation. Just to cut out the 4 weeks is what she's proposing.
Yeah.
Did you skip over the city pool and municipal golf course? I hadn't
Yes,
noticed
because-
it, but the pool is at 50% discount and the golf course at a 25% discount for dependents and free for the employee, correct? That's
Where
what-
did you get to 25%?
Last time we talked,
Now what,
y'all told me 25% discount for dependents
I think it was,
and free, or 25. You told me I had to put 25% on an ordinance.
next we had to have a number
the
specific.
pool used the, we just said at a discounted rate and how they was gonna do that. Like Rick can go out there and golf and it's gonna cost you $450, okay? And as a couple, it'd cost you $575, so he only has to pay $175.
Family memberships are free for employee and pay the difference if you have a family. Forget how we were gonna word that. And the 25%, remember, was for just one day, like the green
Right.
fee.
Right.
But this is a policy. Do we want to be so specific?
Well,
To
if we've
that?
got the
Because we could do that. on-
use of the pool at a 50% discount, instead of saying the golf course at a reduced rate, we did have down here 25% discount rate.
Yeah, but that's for one day.
Right, because on the list of
Right.
fees is where it explains that family, the difference between the family and
So
the thing.
I went kind of generic there because we seem to change rates or prices or whatever. So that would be something we could post at the golf course or something, but every time we change it, we'd have to change it in the policy to go through this, get it approved.
But the
So-
50 and 25% wouldn't be.
So I didn't have the 25%, but the 50 seemed to be,
And we had the
Pretty much
words daily
status.
use in the last,
Yeah, that's on daily use. I was talking about if if you, because you can be a member,
The member, yeah.
and then Rick could be the member for the discounted rate of, take yours away from the couple rate.
I think what she said though about the reduced rate probably does make the most sense for this, and then on those policies every spring, when you do the golf course rates, we can put on there what you said,
Right.
the specifics.
golf
Because
course.
then otherwise we gotta change those specifics here too and do this over again.
Yeah.
Right, so we just put discounted rate, and then on every year that we do the golf course, we put on there, this is
Right.
employee rates.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like a sign posted at, then we put it on the website, that's
Right.
simple enough to change, but the policy.
So on the 609 city pool and municipal golf course, we should add the words daily use.
Or are you gonna put the 25%
And
on
then
daily?
immediate family members residing in the same household may use the pool at a 50% discount and the golf course at a 25% discount excluding cart rental. That fits with what we had decided before.
Full-time employees may use the city swimming pool and golf course at no cost during regular business hours. Immediate family members residing in the same household may use the pool daily. Where did you have that?
I put daily use up
Up
in
top?
the section,
Oh,
because that's daily use for both of them, the city pool and the golf course. They're not gonna get 50% membership or 50% anything else.
right.
Season passes for the pool, this is for daily use. At least that's my understanding.
Well, because if we're doing a discounted rate on the golf course for membership, then it should include the pool as well.
Then that should be with the rates as they are
The way
every
that we're
year.
doing it.
you know,
Yeah, every year.
Okay.
Because there's, you know, the A, B, C, D, whatever, on the pool rates. But as far as this policy,
So this is gonna say residing in the same household may use the pool at a 50% discount and the golf course at a 25% discount for daily use excluding cart rental.
oh, so the daily use is gonna apply only to the golf course?
No, pool
Where-
and, pool and,
Okay, so
So couldn't the city pool and municipal golf course have daily use
For a
if they're
50%
recited at
discount.
6.09?
for daily use.
Where are you putting daily use?
I was just gonna put it at the end of the sentence to apply to the whole thing, but I put 50% discount for daily use and the golf course at a 25% discount for daily use. Does that make it clearer?
I don't know, just for daily use.
Yeah.
At the end, it should cover it, I would think.
So just change after rental, semicolon, comma, for daily use? Period.
Okay.
And the last line, will we discount and the golf course at a 25% discount excluding cart rental, comma, for daily use. Now we're down to vacation. We're getting rid of the 4 weeks vacation. No comment, going to sick leave. 4 hours per 160 hours, maximum 240, that's what we get now?
Yeah, we decided to go hourly because you could have someone, if you do it by month, you could have someone work 2 days that month and get the 4 days.
Oh,
So if
okay.
we were to put hours in and we used Terry's as a tester, and it worked.
I put mine in that I would get whatever the percentage is per hour, and at the end of the month, I got my 4 hours, the same as everybody else.
Yeah. So once they accumulate 160 hours, they get.
Okay. Anything on sick leave, military leave, jury leave, maternity leave, bereavement leave? Immediate family, additional leave.
How much
Wage
weather?
verification upon request. Okay, there's on the inclement weather. Okay. Strike out the must remain until designated closing time. Present work received paid work that day. Oh, yeah, if they left early, they would not get paid for, okay.
Full-day closure facility. Full-day closure.
Delayed opening, reporting at the deadline, receive pay for the full day, okay. But a full day closure, they're not gonna be paid, but they can use vacation or comp time.
Yeah, I struck all of that out that you guys originally had and then
Okay.
put in differently.
Okay.
Now, 'cause if we're closed, but the trucks are running to clear the streets, those guys are gonna clock in and out, so they're gonna be paid.
All absent without leave. Employee separation, resignation, retirement, termination, disability, separation, exit interviews. Out-of-town travel, job-related travel, per diem, lodging, transportation.
Question,
Yes,
page 25. Policy statement, absence without leave. Okay, it says, I'm gonna assume that's one time. None do it are considered to have abandoned their position and voluntary terminated their employment. I hate to have a wreck on the way to work.
Well, if we find out they did that, they won't
There's
get on.
circumstances.
Well, I
Yeah.
understand that, but it's not in this
It's
manual.
not in the policy.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you said, but I'm saying that
it says without notifying their supervisors, somebody's gonna notify the supervisor.
Somebody's
Doesn't
gonna
have
call
to be-
City Hall and
It
say,
doesn't
hey,
say prior to.
Since we have a radio right there from the fire department, we're gonna hear the call.
Yeah, but you're not gonna hear who it is.
No, but we'll find out. One of them firemen will call.
this is Mountain View, everybody knows what somebody had for supper in 10 minutes. So they're
One
gonna
of the
find
firemen
out.
will call and say,
That truck turned over last night was on Facebook just like that, and everybody knew it.
and I missed it. I don't look at
I didn't have a
Facebook.
clue.
Not all people. Okay,
Okay.
we need something in there or we don't?
I think except for, we need to put
Emergency circumstances, maybe? Maybe the word
Emergency
emergency, something like extenuating, extenuating.
Reports or work
I'm
without
just-
I mean,
leave.
put it to,
Well, or unless approved by the city administrator. You know, but that's the basis of no call, no show is that right there.
right,
So you don't wanna put a lot of,
we could
Wait,
just put
finding
under
out.
emergencies or certain circumstances and then take care of it. Because we need some,
Emergency circumstances will be taken into consideration.
right,
Does that work or not?
And/or approved
that-
by city
I
administrator.
don't think, I mean, we're really overthinking this.
okay?
If somebody doesn't show up to work, normal people will be saying, hey, has anybody seen Becky? Call her mom, call her sister, make sure everything's okay. If we don't hear from anybody the next day, I mean, I highly doubt that's gonna happen. By day 3, we know they abandoned. Or somebody's gonna say, oh yeah, they took off to Mexico. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we
It's
really
not
need
that
to,
Day,
I mean, because if we start getting that detailed, we're gonna have to do it with every single what if. And
okay,
Can we finish this up Tuesday?
It make for a long night on Tuesday, but
we can schedule it for another day.
we can do it another day. It won't take us very long to finish
well, there's
up.
not that much, maybe
She
if
needs
we're
to,
only
she
doing.
needs,
I'll give us 10 minutes, and then I would like to go home.
Okay.
Are you up work tomorrow, Gail?
I am during the
Tomorrow.
Okay. Resignation, retirement, termination, exit interviews, out of town travel. Hotel.
This, the vehicles is that state what we,
Yeah, the 5 miles been changed in here, so.
what page is that on?
28.
28.
Oh, we requested it.
Overnight travel, if you put travel time during the employee's normal work days considered work time, then people are gonna wanna leave work to be there before 4:30 instead of leaving like we did after. You know, get your full work day in and drive up. That's on page 27.
What?
So you're saying the one-day travel?
Overnight travel or the one?
Yeah, the overnight, during the employee's normal work day is considered work time, so they're not gonna get paid travel time if they drive after work, so that they get their full work day in.
Travel time during the employee's normal work day is considered work time, so you're saying that
They wouldn't get paid for the drive after work, right?
Right.
You're talking about leaving at noon to go to a conference instead of waiting until
4 o'clock.
after work to go to a conference.
Oh, so.
But
and if they
can
took
we
off at 1
require
o'clock,
them
we'd
to
have
travel off the clock though? I know. Yeah. Because if they're on city business, it should be during the work day, normal work day, so.
Why is that overnight travel? Why is that under overnight travel? It says travel time during the employee's normal workday is considered work time for both driver and passenger, but it's under overnight travel.
Well, if they're traveling overnight to a conference.
They're overnight travel, you're not gonna be traveling overnight.
Right, right.
You're gonna stay
So we should- we
overnight,
could
not
just-
overnight travel.
Right.
So that should say overnight stay instead of travel.
Correct.
Okay.
Just change travel to stay,
Overnight stay.
travel time during the employee's normal work days considered work time for both drivers and passengers.
In other words, you're gonna stay overnight, but you left at noon the day before, so you're gonna get paid that afternoon.
Yeah, I think you had, and this goes back to the being conscientious, you're not going to,
Right,
but if you're being sent to a conference,
right, and you have to go up there that afternoon before. Okay,
If you
So
leave after work, it's only during
the vehicle use,
consider work.
so are we on 29?
Do we need to be specific on the smoking and vaping?
No need for that one.
Yeah, that's smoking and vaping,
Where-
and it's the tobacco.
use. Should put any tobacco use in vaping.
Oh, 29, the third row up on
Oh, smoking and vaping are strictly prohibited.
So any tobacco use, including vaping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any tobacco use, including vaping. Okay, use of mobile devices, I think that covers it. Prohibition of firearms and weapons. Okay, in city vehicles. Technology, page 30.
Is there something with this, I don't know if this would be an attempt to bypass or undermine system on security measures. Is there something we can put in here that if the person is no longer employed, they don't have the right to go in there and lock up the system? Or change the password where the city has no access to it? Or is there any way we can put an administrative password that only the city administrator can give and lock in to where they can't change it?
So normally, when someone quits, that's part of the checklist that HR has to do. You remove them access to their email, we take the keys, we take credit cards, we
But
take.
what about the password?
Well, once you remove their email, are you talking like email password? That's the
No,
only thing
no,
they're
their
gonna-
Computer password.
Computer password. If I quit today and I went in there and changed the password to prevent you guys from going in there, is
Right.
there any way there could be an
Right.
administrative?
There's somebody who can get in the system.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a way. We have to be set up for that. So we need a IT person. Do you know how to do that?
No, but TNT told me they had a little thing they stuck in a computer once for me to get the password,
Because,
because
you
we
know,
couldn't get it open.
I do.
Somebody
I know that's
has
happened a lot.
technology to access the server that
Right.
they all go to.
That's happened a
because say
lot with
Terry
changing the city
walked
codes.
out and quit, but she went in there and changed all the passwords where we couldn't, nobody could access them for city business and stuff. There's gotta be a
Well,
way
there-
for
yeah,
us to
there-
do that.
Yeah.
There's laws against
That's
that.
that
Right.
very
That's
dumb thing,
undermining,
you're right.
and you
Bypass
can-
or undermine system or network security measures. That
Right.
would-
But do we need to put something that states in a way that the city the city can go in and access it using an outside,
Administrative
Admit-
password.
yeah, or
something.
Well,
something.
we don't need to put that in the policy. We're just gonna do it.
okay,
And Brig, actually, I think he knows how to do that because that's what we're working on,
okay.
so.
All right. 31. Thirty-two, you have to read that.
So under job injury and accident,
On 32,
you know, my pages are different
Number
numbered.
32.
Is this, because I highlighted where I changed?
What time is
Yeah, it's
Tuesday?
16.
Okay.
Yeah, I took the highlight. Yeah.
Okay, so, the job injury and accident, 13.010,
So,
that is all reworded and condensed.
You have 5:30 on Tuesday.
5:30?
5:30 is on the agenda for Tuesday
For the personnel closed session.
at 5:30.
I
Yes.
think that's what you put, yeah.
So I thought today was 5:30 because I've been doing that agenda.
I would have been super late, super late.
Okay. Our 10 minutes are almost up, but we just got that 2 pages and something else.
what was the, you said, Trish, I'm sorry.
Question?
The 13.010, job injury and accident, that was where we had, like, it's scattered throughout the document, just a bunch of things. I condensed it, stuck it right here, so
Okay.
that whole thing is new.
Okay,
Page 40 of what?
Page 32.
32.
Right, but it was page 40 of the last one that we did.
yeah, and it was bits and pieces scattered out all over the
Yeah,
house.
we had it in 3 different areas.
Tab terms.
Well, and it's, Terry's the safety officer, so.
The rest of it is all county by the law.
Over on 34, that failure to test and the prohibited conduct, that last one,
Uh-huh.
failure to notify a supervisor or the mayor, that should be city administrator.
34, and you're where?
Under prohibited conduct, the last bullet point, failure to
Oh, okay.
notify,
The supervisor or the mayor, so the.
that should
yeah.
be, or the city administrator.
Okay.
Should the third bullet down be that as well?
Yes. You don't see that one.
And then on disciplinary actions, should we put on the end that not limited to?
May include one or more,
Which
May
may result in
include-
disciplinary action.
but
or
not
termination.
limited to one or more?
Yes.
Or you want to add that?
Under disciplinary actions. I know it's on the grounds for it, but should we not have it there as well?
That's under prohibited contact on the 5th bullet. Is that where you are?
No, I'm not on even on the
Oh,
same
you're all the way
page
down
anymore.
there.
This is page 35. What other disciplinary actions do we have besides the written suspension and termination? No.
Well, it would be immediate dismissal.
Wouldn't that be termination?
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to limit it to just giving this.
You might give them a written, but next time it might be immediate termination.
And depending on what it is, it would be termination.
Well, yeah, it's not, well, yeah, that's not just steps, is it? I mean, that's the 3 actions that it would be.
So we could then.
Written or suspension or termination.
Okay.
Disciplinary measures may include one or more of the following.
Okay.
It might be,
Yours are not limited to,
but the or,
I think.
One or, just flat.
yeah, it's, yeah,
But one could be termination.
because you could get a written warning and a suspension, I think. No, you wouldn't get,
Not both at the same
No.
time, but you don't want to make it as is, this would be the
Some
steps.
people
No,
could
it's
just
not
be
steps.
terminated without being.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
steps,
not
it's
steps,
just,
but should we
this
say
is what
Can
you
you
can.
say
written
discipline?
or suspension or termination?
I don't think so, because it does say one or more of the following. It could be just one, or it could be, you could get a write-up and be suspended.
That's true.
Or you could just be terminated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
or you could be written up and then eventually terminated.
Right.
Okay, so disciplinary measures may include, comma, but not limited
No,
to.
we're
You
not
just leave it
changing
the
it.
way it is.
Oh, you're
Just
leaving it the
leaving
way
it,
it is,
yeah.
okay. See, I was trying to figure out what you
Because when
wanted.
it's, that are not limited to, there'd be other options out there somewhere, like the grounds, but
And they'd be looking for them.
this is the only disciplinary actions that there
Okay.
would be.
So, next was the grounds for disciplinary action. If you read number 1, we had that first line in our policy, and then I added a definition into moral turpitude because it seems like not too many really understood.
What that was.
And I don't know if we want to say, or it's a crime involving moral. It's a conviction of a felony or a crime involving moral turpitude. We'll just put or a.
Or what about just separating it? So conviction of a felony and then putting crime involving moral turpitude on its own.
Okay.
That would be more clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we'll do period, take out or, and then crime involving.
And that would,
Yeah.
that would be its own bullet, right?
Right.
Put it down.
Put it
Okay.
alone, okay.
And then explain what the conduct is believed to be, yeah, put all that in there. Okay.
Then the charts aren't, you're gonna fix them?
Yes.
But under the police chief and fire chief, instead of officers and volunteers, it says police
Oh.
chief and police chief.
Yeah, it sure does.
Dang, we got 3 of them?
Okay. Any questions on that part?
We can't
So-
afford to.
So that, this, if we don't include this employee code of conduct in with the personnel policy, then there would have to be, an ordinance to adopt.
Can we do this before Tuesday? Do you think we can get this done in 10 minutes?
Oh, I would hope so. The only thing that I have is a couple of things that I think should be admin.
So do we want to try to do it
Well,
Tuesday?
it's personnel, we can go over this in, this personnel, so we can include this in our personnel discussion. We're gonna have an open session anyway, so.
So
Put it in the open session.
Tuesday?
Did you post the agenda for Tuesday yet?
No, tomorrow. You and I need to go over it, because I don't have your list of things. Trish gave me a list of 3 or 4 things that she thought
And
you
I
had
gave-
more.
Then I gave you that one thing that needs to be for the,
It'll be on the 14th, though, right?
Yeah, that'll be on the
the signs.
14th.
Yeah, the list that I gave was prior to us meeting, Sherry, so we need what
Okay.
we discussed.
Okay.
Are we gonna get information from tomorrow?
There won't be anything that goes in the packets, I don't believe. 'Cause it's gonna be mainly just personnel stuff.
Code of ethics, unless you have other things that have packet things.
We don't have to. it's just-
But, yeah, but I have to go to Springfield first thing in the morning, so I won't be in until later.
Do you want to email me your list? You got
I
it?
think it's what I wrote out for, and gave to Trish.
I
Or
didn't
gave-
get, yeah.
I
you
guess
must
I
have
gave it to you.
her. I didn't get anything.
That's what Trish and I had gone over, what I gave to you. But
Okay.
I go back to your desk right now and we can look.
Yeah. we'll
But
go
on this outside employment request, the admin and the supervisor need signature lines down here?
It
And
probably
approved
bounces
or
the next.
denied? Okay.
I'll double check all those forms.
This is a work session, I'm just declaring it closed.
Declaring it closed at 8:25.